What it do, man? Shout out to the LOS. It's DOA. We're putting shit together. Back with another one, man. We back in Harlem. We back in New York. We back on this Dame Dash and this Cameron shit, man. Hey, a lot been going on with Cameron in these last few days, man. I'm sure a lot of y'all done seen it. I ain't the quickest one on the draw when it comes to these videos, but in that street, nigga, it's another story. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I didn't really care for Cameron, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's a multitude of reasons. I ain't really like that nigga rapping style. He had a few cuts that I fuck with. I ain't gonna lie. You know, some of that Dipset shit I fuck with. But to be honest, I like Jewels out of the Dipset. I felt like Jewels had that spit for real. Cam, he's hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? But I really didn't like this nigga in Paid in Full. And I know that's a funny reason not to like a nigga for a movie. But in all honesty, having seen a lot from Cam before he got in that movie, it felt like Dame Dash just casted this nigga to perfection. I don't feel like Cameron was doing a lot of acting in that movie. It was just the character he played lined up with his personality. Rico, you know what I'm saying? The nigga who wanted to be flashy, always wanted to be seen. Then in the end, you seen he ended up snaking Ace. Ace, who put him on with the work, who kept the work steady, who held the shit down, who was the boss in the situation, even though he never called himself the boss. He was the nigga that was bringing the work to the table. You know what I'm saying? He was the one that massaged that relationship with the connect to bring that work to the block. You know what I'm saying? And Cameron took that shit for granted. He wanted the plug. He ended up backdooring him. You know what I'm saying? And he had quotes in that movie such as, half these niggas want to be the man just cuz. And that's what I feel like Cameron really is about. And I feel like the more he shows his face, them big ass fucking Steve Harvey teeth, and whatever facial work he getting done to himself, man, the more he show that shit on TV, the more people is going to be able to see him for who he truly is. And Macy's another story, man, but kind of feel about the same way. I ain't dislike Mace when I was coming up, but as I began to open my eyes to the way that the industry worked, who P. Diddy actually was, and watching this nigga run to Atlanta and claim he was a Pastor Mace, Pastor Murder Mace. That's what we gonna call him, because Cam call him Murder Mace, and they call him Killer Cam. But this nigga Mace was a whole damn pastor. And I ain't saying a nigga couldn't have killed nobody, because, I mean, shit, it ain't hard to pull a trigger, man. It ain't hard to do. That ain't no man shit to me. Killing somebody don't make you a man. Don't make you a real nigga. So I ain't gonna say he didn't. But this nigga, man, associated, bro, you was up under P. Diddy's arm. Now you want to act like you ain't never did nothing with P. Diddy, or Diddy ain't never did nothing to you. But the record shows that didn't nobody get to hold that position with P. Diddy without doing something for him. Then I watch these niggas. I try to support they podcast when it first dropped, like probably most of us did. And you know, just cause it's a nigga, man, it's a black man trying to do something. Even though I didn't feel like Cameron and Mace really had a lot to say or deserved to really be speaking off of some of the ways that they went out in their previous careers. But I tried, gave it a chance, but these niggas be cackling on that motherfucker like bitches, bro, just to be honest. Then, I don't know if y'all saw this shit with Adrien Broner or not, but we gonna go ahead and play some of it so I can catch y'all up to speed. Let's go ahead and get into the video before I get too long-winded on this shit.
But you look so good in person.
Thank you.
For
I
real.
appreciate that.
Hey,
what you wasting that? I love you. What a guy. I'm sorry. My bad, y'all. My bad.
Arabia, is that a real background?
Hey, Stat, could you stop
Yes.
Can you stop smiling?
Arabia is.
Nah, yo, bro, some G, yo, bro, some G shit. We gotta.
Oh,
have boyfriend here, yo.
right. Oh, shit.
I told you that.
My bad.
Nah, like it's all like. Okay, we can move on to football then.
Stat. Oh my God.
Yo, Stat, let's do the football. I guess that answered the question about Floyd. When I see you taking off some time,
I'm mesmerized by Stat.
this nigga here, bro.
I did not know you looked that good in person. My bad, bro. You're amazing.
All right, hey, we gonna have to ask you to go, my nigga. I have to ask you to go, man. I'm gonna pay you for your time, for being here.
Pull this little purse out.
I
Let me
appreciate
go on my
you.
Coin purse.
But
I
love you, my nigga.
I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, no. I can't. I asked you the first time. I don't have no problems with you, but I'm gonna pay you for your time. But you can't violate, bro. I told you that.
I'm not, though. I'm not.
Nah, I told you niggas boyfriends are here. You know me with my brother.
Oh, shit, my bad, bro. My bad.
Nah. But I appreciate your time.
It's me.
Well, if you want to wait for us outside, you could. But I'm not gonna sit in and not value your time neither. You want to wait for me? You could, but I appreciate it, bro. You gotta step out. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so you see what happened. For some reason, we see Adrien Broner's on here, drunk or high or both or whatever, and just doing the most with this regular ass girl, bruh. Like I ain't gonna do that to her, but it didn't cause for all that. I'ma just leave it at that. Like, this a regular chick, bro. Plus she's like 22 or something. I don't know. She a young ass chick on top of it. Like, he up here sweating her, which one thing I say about that is Treasure should have shut that shit down herself. You know what I'm saying? Because her boyfriend was in there, is what Cameron kept saying, and I'm sure they got security in there. So it really ain't nothing for you to just be like, hey, man, I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate all the compliments and stuff, but we got to keep it professional. I'd appreciate it now if you just, you know, keep it to the work that's on the table. But I never saw her do that for real. She just kept laughing, and it felt like she was really soaking it up and marinating in this nigga's praise. You know what I'm saying? Which caused for Cameron to jump in and do what he did. Now, you see how politely he was speaking to him when he asked him to leave or whatever. But then, after the man left, Cameron ends up calling him a junkie. He calls him a junkie and an alkie and all this shit and starts talking tough and strong about the nigga after he leaves. Let me see if this is it where he ends up disrespecting him.
I'm sorry.
I'll do it again. 5.
Somebody, this nigga want to talk to me. And nigga, you a alky, nigga. I don't want to talk to you, nigga. I just needed you for entertainment for the show. Fucking junkie. Good, man. My bad.
No, you're all.
What you just heard was Cameron. Hopefully, y'all was able to hear that. Talking about what.
Yeah, so you hear him disrespecting him, man. I don't want to talk to you, nigga. I just needed you for entertainment for the show. Calling him a junkie and an alky and all that. But you ain't do that shit when the nigga was right there. We saw you be super polite, and the thing is, he did this shit talking on air. So a lot of people be like, yeah, he was trying to keep it professional while he was in there, you know, because he had work. But nah, bruh, he did that at work. But the difference was Adrien Broner had already walked out of the studio. So, nigga, if you felt like that, why you ain't say that to that man's face? And that's that bitch ass shit right there, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Cameron, fruity ass acting nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know his sexual orientation or nothing like that. I don't mean it like that. But what I do mean is that's some bitch ass shit. If you was gonna say all that, bro, You could have said that shit right to the man's face, dog. You don't never do nothing like that when a nigga ain't watching. You know what I'm saying? And unless there's no opportunity to say it to his face, then maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess in this instance that I'm calling him a bitch. But bro, that's some bitch ass shit. And if I saw him, I'd tell him this shit. So it really ain't nothing. But the thing is, you just saw Adrien Broner, and then you let him walk away, and then you said this behind his back, and that shows the level of disloyalty and like just really the femininity in Cameron. You know what I'm saying? Like that rubbed me the wrong way, bro. At first when I saw it, I felt like Cam held it down, man. You got to get him up out of there if he gonna fuck up the show like that, trying to holler at like a 7 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna fuck the show up trying to shoot his shot at a 7. You know, like, bruh, come on now. Can't do that. But what we also can't do is talk about a man behind his back when you just walked him out. It feel like you ain't want to say that, bro. If you scared, say that. If you scared, just say that. Mace sat quiet through the whole thing. He never said nothing. And you know, he usually got the popcorn and he's giggling and laughing and, you know, fucking patting Cam on his ass, you know what I'm saying, for everything he say and he do. But Cam just was froze up in the corner, you know. Then I saw, I think later the next day or something, Cam was like, man, I'm mad I missed that opportunity to pray for bruh. I like Adrien Broner. Like, man, y'all niggas is fake as fuck, dog. You had plenty of opportunity to pray for bruh. Now you passed the mace the next day. I guess you was murder mace the day before. Like, man, these niggas is cornballs, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If you support them, if you think they real, that's up to you. But I'm gonna call it like I see it, dog. These niggas is corny as fuck, dog. And then we gonna get into this shit with Dame Dash. This is what makes me further feel like Dame Dash is in the right in a lot of the things that he's been saying about Cameron. And we gonna go ahead and get on into it real quick so y'all can get caught up on what I'm talking about.
Because I know you want to know about I'm gonna tell you. So what happened was when 50 smacked Cam on his hips, I really was mad about that because, you know, at the time I considered myself his OG, and that's no shit that I want him doing. But what I was saying was, you over there with Steve Stout, someone that's I slapped, and someone I'm beefing with, and 50 who's coming at me, pause, and you letting 50 smack you on the hips, and y'all chilling? Something must be going on. A Harlem never lets anybody smack him on the hips, on the ass. Not even in ball, be like, yo, stop, chill, don't smack me on my ass. And 50's a smart guy, so I felt like he was sending me a message, like, I got your little mans. I got your Tony Yayo. I got your Memphis Bleak. I got your little brother. I'm smacking your little brother on the hip. So I called British, and I said, what are y'all doing? It wasn't as a joke. It was like, what's going on? Because I'm a warrior. I've been going to war my whole life. I love it. I'm 54 years old, so I could tell things. I do this. And he was like, nah, he thinks cool. I said, y'all not going to tease him or nothing? I'm calling him. So I called Cam. Now, he says his side, but I'm like, yo, I'm telling him that was funny, but yo, don't let nobody smack you on your ass. It wasn't a joke, haha. It was a joke after. Like, I don't like that, but yo, wanted some real shit. Never let a man smack you on your hips. We don't do that. Now you do it, especially now that you're doing all this, don't start letting them do that, because that's not no Harlem shit. I told him, and I'm going to tell, I got to get at him about it, and you're going to get caught up. I asked him if he was all right with it out of respect.
Yeah, so you hear he said Cam let 50 slap him on the hips. Now you hear about him partnering up with 50 Cent, bro. It's just like I was just saying about P. Diddy, bro, and the way that Mace want to act like he ain't get victimized by P. Diddy. He ain't get emasculated by P. Diddy, but You not about to do no business or be up under a cat like that, and he didn't emasculate you. Now we see Cameron doing business deals and all of this with 50 Cent, who is your OG's enemy, so to speak. Like, who the fuck do that, bruh? Who team up with your homies? Somebody your homie then had to slap, and he didn't slap 50. He slapped Steve Scott Storch, or whoever, Steve Stout. He slapped them. But it's like, now you working hand in hand with these niggas, man. Like, that's some fake shit right there, man. If y'all don't know, man, let me know if y'all know what I'm talking about in the comments, bro. Let me know, cause this shit seemed like elementary to me. We all then had niggas, or maybe you are that nigga, who would double cross you like that. Who would go and shake hands and be buddy with a nigga who you on the outs with. Like, to me, that's as bad as double crossing, bro. That's like along the same lines. If you'll do that, ain't no telling what they can get you to do. And you gonna say it's in the name of money and business, but bro, there's a lot of money and business to be had and done out here, to be touched and built out here. If you feel like 50 Cent is your only option to get some real money, then I feel sorry for you, my nigga. I feel sorry for you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all, 50, man, you a real businessman. You a real boss. And no, he's not, bruh. And there's plenty of bosses out here who you can do business with if that's what you in the business of doing. You know what I'm saying? 50 ain't a boss. He answered to somebody. And I had another video I dropped about that. You know what I'm saying? So if you are confused about what I mean by that, like, bro, if you taking loans from other niggas, hey, a credit line from a bank, sure, go ahead and do it. But you taking loans from other niggas to launch projects, bruh, you ain't no boss for real. Cause you gonna only be able to do what the niggas who gave you the money said you can do. It's like the president being puppeted by the fucking donors. The donors is who's bossing up. The people who's donating the most money to the presidential campaign is the niggas who's the bosses. That's who's calling the shots. You can't really do nothing that the big donor don't want you to do. That's the boss, nigga. You ain't the boss. You see what I'm saying? So this is a situation where, you know, Cam want to act like he's a boss nigga now because he done got a little bit of money. And the way that he did that whole shit with Adrien Broner with that coin purse and counting that money out, that just let me know, Cam, you ain't never really had it. And we know enough about the music industry to know that most of these niggas ain't really have money like they appear to have. And Cam, bro, you was never one of the best selling niggas. You know what I'm saying? So if niggas who sold more had less money, then I know you really ain't got bread like that. Maybe now you getting some money, like, obviously, because you acting different now. Now the niggas who put you on, who tried to boss you up and put you on some game back in the day, you want to go against them. And you want to trick off. You for sale, my nigga. You a trick out for another nigga with money. Now you think 50 got more money or more pull or whatever than Dame Dash. Now you talking bad about Dame Dash, but you letting 50 Cent slap you on the hips, bro. That is some corny ass shit in my book. But we gonna try to get into this other little tale where he talk about 50 riding with him with Big L. Let me see if I can slide to it real quick.
Not violence. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe they convinced him. I don't know. It must have been a lot of money. But now I say what I say. And then my son calls me and says, Cam gave him some money to do an interview on his show. And that really bothered me because Cam knows, he known Boogie since he was born. He knows our relationship, the reasons for certain things. That would have really damaged our relationship. It would have fucked up a lot. And that's not all right to me. And if we on some street shit, when you with the kids, So it also means you must think I'm soft, that you could with my kid. So to me, I'm like, this is what it was like.
I'm gonna pause right there, cause man, that's some bitch ass shit right there too. You gonna try to, you know, you ain't fucking with Dame, but you gonna try to reach out to his son and give him some money, man. That's what corny niggas do, man, when they get money, bro. That's why they don't last a long time with money, cause they either do some shit like this and get planted, or they do some other silly shit with their money and they land on their face. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of niggas ain't built to be that boss, man. That was some Rico paying full shit right there. Like, man, why you reaching out to the nigga's son, man? Don't bring nobody kids into no beef, bro. That shit stupid. That shit corny, bro. That shit, you know, super disrespectful. Man, I can't respect niggas who move like that, bro. That should show you how they mind think. They'll do anything to try to get back at you, bro. They don't have no real respect for what you got going on, for family or nothing. That no honor, no dignity, none of that. But you know what's funny, man? Y'all remember when Jay-Z was going at Cameron? Jay-Z fucking dirted that nigga and said, I'm praying that it slips outside of the booth. That's when y'all niggas outside of your truth, outside of your league. That's not what you do. Now niggas throwing rock signs outside of your coop. So Jay premonitioned right there and told you that this nigga Cameron ain't street. And when we get into this next part, Dame Dash finna tell you some ways of why he knew Cameron wasn't really street. But now Cameron gonna parade around on his little show and act like him and Mace is the most street niggas that, like, man, I'm not buying it, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't do all this shit to Jay when Jay did that to you. So you fold to certain niggas. You capitulate to certain shit, you know? And I just can't respect it, man. Like, you could have went at Jay like this, but you didn't. Nigga, some niggas ended up shooting at you, throwing up the rock sign, and you shut your mouth, bruh. You stopped all that jibber jabbing you was doing, all that riffraff you was doing. You stopped that shit when it spilled outside of the booth, like Jay said. But yeah, we gonna get into this other shit real quick. See if I can skip to it.
Hustle. You know, you see, another thing that was bugging me out was Cam made this statement that he was the best that ever did it in Harlem, but he never hustled one day that I know of on a Harlem block. And because you said that and did this thing with my son, I don't want to have to. That's why I told the story about why I never hustled with Cam. The reason I never sold a drug with Cam, you know why? Because when he was young, I was on my way to the hill, me, him, and Big L. And I made a left on Amsterdam into a checkpoint, and I didn't have a license. But at that time, they didn't really always lock you up, but they sometimes did. So I was like, yo, I think I can get out of this, but I'm just letting y'all know I got 3 bricks in the car, but I'll wear it. Cam started crying, man. And he told us right then and there that he would put himself in PC. Dad, I'm putting myself in PC. Me and Big L like, what? So we went to the side and was like, you know, afterwards we were laughing, but we were like, I was like, I will never hustle with him. He's a ball player and he does music. So I never really, he's a civilian.
He's a fucking civilian, man. And Cam tried to refute this story. Of course he would, acting like him and Big L ain't never been in the car together. And he said, man, the Big L was in your car and you had 3 bricks in there. He would have took that shit, basically. You know what I'm saying? He would have lined you up. That's what he said. Like, man, that's your reasoning, bruh. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't know if Dame is telling the truth or not, but it seems very plausible based on this shit that we see from Cameron. He looked like a nigga that'll fucking cry. Thought he was gonna go to jail. He gonna cry. Talking about he gonna PC up. He probably would have told on you. Even though Dame said he was gonna wear it, he would have told on whoever he needed to tell on to get loose. Just like Rico and Paid in Full. He said, I ain't giving no niggas up in Harlem because I'm gonna be the king when I come, but I give you some niggas names out in DC and all of that. Like, man, you still was gonna rap, bruh. That's not honorable. I ain't giving no niggas names up in Harlem. It's cause you don't want a nigga to slide on your ass, bruh. Of course. Of course not. You ain't gonna give a nigga name up that's on the same street as you, cause you know niggas might handle your ass. But you'll get some niggas up out of town, bruh. It's the same shit, man. For real. And I just really wanted to touch on this cause, man, I'm tired of that corny ass fucking podcast, bro. They part of the reason why I do podcasts, because I'm tired of corny niggas being in front of the mic, bro. They goofy, they laugh all the time and all that, all that goofy shit. That's cool, that's cute. But, man, don't be posing as no real nigga and no boss, and you ain't no boss, bro. I'm tired of niggas posing as bosses and don't do boss shit. Like, Dame, I ain't never seen Dame at the work for nobody. Everything I seen Dame around, it looked like he built it himself. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he built it himself. Like he said in another interview, when he left Rockefeller, Rockefeller ceased to exist. When he left Rockaware ceased to exist. So how you not the architect of the shit, but when you leave, it's clear that you was the most valuable component. You was the keystone. You feel me? I had a similar situation like that, man. Me and my bro had a business together and niggas try to take that shit from me, try to act like I wasn't the owner of the shit. But the minute when they squoze me out, that shit ceased to exist, man. And that's just, that's boss shit, man. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But I got to get on, man. I got to get up out of here, man. Take care of some business. But as always, it's a pleasure to have y'all, man. It's DOA. Peace and love. Love and light. Wisdom and insight. Salute to the LOS League of Shadows, man. To the next episode. Peace.